Hello, hello, hello. Hola, ¿cómo están? Hi, how are you? This is Denise Suas Navas, and today I will present you some curiosities that some friends had on my social networks. And a few days ago, I wrote in a post where people were free to write questions about my country. And so these were some of them. Okay, so let's start. Ecuador is a small country located in South America, between Colombia, Peru, and the Pacific Ocean. It is a privileged country because despite being small, it's very rich in diversity and very fertile lands. The name of Ecuador is given by the imaginary line Ecuador that runs through here. This line is the one that divides the Earth exactly in the half. At this point, also is known as 0, 0, 0. Zero gravity, latitude, and altitude. This line passes specifically through Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador. Languages. The two languages found in my country are Quechua and Spanish. Unfortunately, Quechua is a language that is being lost and is spoken only by native population that are found within the Amazon, here, Amazon forest, and certain part of the Ecuadorian highlands, the Sierra. Sorry. What is the biggest festival that's celebrated? I think that the most celebrated holiday in Ecuador is the end of the year and Christmas. During these festivities, the Ecuadorians make a series of traditions to celebrate the end of the year. The most common are puppets or monigotes. The monigotes, which are made of paper, wood, old clothes, and more. It is well-known tradition in my country, and they even hold competition for the largest and the most beautiful monigotes, which can measure up to the 5 meters in height. Like that. I will show some pictures. For example, this is my neighbor, Galo, and this is our monigote, which was made for me, and my family helped too. This is another one. Okay, during this day, it's also common to have meeting with friends to celebrate another year, and it's also very common to do activities for the poorest and the older people. This next question. Chuchaki. What is chuchaki? Chuchaki is an Ecuadorian word, probably Quechua, that people use when a person wakes up at the next day after drinking a lot of alcohol. Usually when this happens, for some reason when you wake up like this, it's usual to eat an encebollado to remove the chuchaki. Also, I want to add that some parts they call like deadlifter because I don't know why. It is a very typical breakfast in most of Ecuadorian coast, especially in Guayaquil, and also encebollado is kind of fish soup. And also we can add green plantains like we can see here, lemons, rice or bread. Education in Ecuador. Education in Ecuador is much simple than American one. It can be summarized in these simple steps: pre-kinder, kinder, escuela, which means school, school, colegio, which means it's kind of la high school, and university. In United States, we have pre-kinder, kinder, middle school, elementary school, high school, college, university. Yeah, it is a lot to process. Okay, another difference is the structure of the school. I think that American ones are more fancy. And also, I think that however the education in Ecuador is a little bit better than here. I think that the topics that you see here are more basic as the year goes up. Another difference is the uniforms. In the school, in my country, we wear uniforms, and doesn't matter if they are public or private. So just we use it, and also the buses are not free. The school buses are an additional payment for the service and is not related with the school or the government. They are simple. People who have yellow buses decide to pick up the children for a monthly fee. I will share some pictures about when I was in the high school in my last year. When I was in school, I thought I was 6 years old. So, another question was about the tourist places in Ecuador. I want to emphasize that I will only talk about those I have been. However, there are a number of tourist places that I hope to know very soon. The first one, Galapagos Island. The Galapagos Islands are probably the best known place in the world. It is known as a natural heritage of humanity, and all its islands have beautiful landscape and endemic animals, but above all of a place where one can notice the evolution of a species. Here also is the Charles Darwin Station, which I don't know if you know Charles Darwin and the observations that he made for the evolution of these animals, especially the finches. So here are some pictures. Oh, look, the sea lions, and also these are the gigant turtles, and this is George, the most oldest turtle in the world. Right now he dead, so this is kind of a status that they made for him. Guayaquil. This is the second largest city in Ecuador. This city is very beautiful, especially at night. This city is full of stories, among them the storyteller of Witness, who sold a clock in Guayaquil to tourists to the value of $1 million. If you want to know more about it, you can go to Google and try to investigate more about it. A yangue is a beach where people can dive. The beach is usually especially to do this type of activity. You can see the different kinds of animals, here turtles, starfish, and more. At 10 meters deep, you can find a crest, which is this, which is about 2.5 meters. Mompiche is another of the most visited tourist places and is located in Esmeraldas. You can do activities like parapenting on the beach. Okay, these are some pictures. I went over there with my classmate in my last year of the high school. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's like kind of hoteles, and also they have fancy pools. It's really, really nice. And the view is beautiful. Sierra. The Sierra is Ecuadorian mountains. It's the highest part of Ecuador, where what is the most colorful hills in the form of many pieces of fabric in green to brown colors. All the views from when you go to Sierra looks like that. Looks incredible, beautiful, and we can see like pieces of colors in the hills. And sometimes the colors are different. Sometimes are more green, sometimes are more light. It's pretty cool. Quilotoga Lagoon. This lagoon is located in inactive volcano. It's very tourist and it's very usual to go down on foot and go up on a donkey or horse. Doing its high, it's important to bring sweet candies for pressure. For example, here I am on a donkey on the brink of the death after a drop in pressure. But the picture is beautiful. I almost died. I'm not kidding. There are many other places like Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador, and where the most incredible architecture of Ecuador is found. It is well known as the Gothic style cathedrals. Also, in this city is the well-known half of the world, which I had mentioned before. As I said before, there are many places in Ecuador that you could visit, and I really invite you to get to know Ecuador if you have the opportunity to travel. My only suggestion is keep your cell phones in your pocket. Let's Galapagos. It is pretty quiet place. Thank you.
Denise, are you on here?
Yes, I'm here.
Denise, tell me about the place where you were on the donkey. Is that a volcanic lake?
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, it is inactive right now, but right now it's like a lagoon, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. So the lake was actually a volcano, like Crater Lake in California.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Crater Lake was a volcanic lake. Yeah. And so the place where you were swimming, is that at the Galapagos?
You can do it in Galapagos, but it is not in Galapagos.
Okay, where is that?
Allangue, it's pretty close to Guayaquil. It's like 1 hour 4.
Okay, and when you are, what were you holding on to
Um,
in that
so excuse me?
in that slide? There was something in the water with you. What was it?
The instructor, and also I had the oxygen in my bag. So this is what you're talking about?
I think.
Mm-hmm.
So the instructor was with you in the water.
Yeah. I can
Can
go outside. I mean, first you have to make like a training thing. So you have to go to the pool and they will explain you how you have to use the oxygen and that thing, how you have to make everything because it's a little bit dangerous. You have to be calm all the time. So you have to use the necessary equipment. So
uh-huh.
they explain you everything after you go over there.
Okay.
So you can do it in Galapagos too, but in Galapagos it's a little more expensive, because the animals are really different.
Yes.
So if you make in Galapagos that kind of exercise or that kind of deport or sport is a little more expensive. So in Allangi is also cool. I mean, you can see animals too, but in Galapagos I think that should be more better.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a World Heritage Site. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in your schools, is college and university the same thing?
Yes.
It is. And so when you leave high school, do you have the option to go to college or are you tracked to go to college? Does that make sense? Like
Actually, no.
In the United States, you can leave high school and not go to college and then decide when you're 40 you want to go to college. Can you do that in Ecuador?
Actually, yes. I mean, some people just have the degree in the high school and
Hmm.
they live there. But usually in Ecuador, I think that people likes to go to the university, not like that. I don't want to say that, you know, the percent of the person who goes to university in Ecuador is a little bit high. It's high, I mean. If
It
I
is.
compare with here, it's pretty high.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
I can choice. So I think that more than 50% of the population in Ecuador choose to go to the university.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is the university free?
Yes, I mean depends. Some are private. I mean, it's your choice if you want to go and pay for the education, but you can go to the public too. And also, we have some public schools that are pretty good. For
Okay.
example, is Espol is one of them. They are they are public, but if you drop the some classes and you have to pay. You
Okay.
can you cannot play with that kind of thing. Also, you have to have a good GPA, and
Mhm.
if you fold the classes many times. I think that you fold the classes too, you have to pay your education.
Okay. And
Uh-huh.
so how old are you when you go to school for the first time? Are you 3 or 4 or 5?
5.
When you go to school for the first time, you're 5.
Uh-huh. Actually, yeah, when I start, I had 4, but the first day of my classes, I was 5 years old. So yeah, 5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so the school buses, you said that there's just people who have a yellow bus and they come around to pick the kids up. So do the kids pay each time they get on the bus, or do you buy a ticket so you can get on the bus every day?
No, I mean, for example, okay, I have a child, okay?
Okay.
So mm, he have to go to the school and I can go for them. I can pick up. So I talk with someone who have that kind of buses, and I say, okay, I need that service, so I will pay you monthly. And for example, I have to pay $35 per month.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I don't have to buy a ticket or something. Just it's like deal. Yeah, you make a
Yeah.
deal with the person who have this kind of buses. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. So, how big was your school when you were in elementary school? How many students went to the school?
Usually like 30 people per class.
I think Lisa
Hello?
froze. I think she froze.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Denise?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think we lost Lisa.
Oh, I got you.
Yep, yeah, we lost
She
her.
left.
She'll
Mm-hmm.
connect in a second.
But if you have a question, you are free to let me know.